planet Megatron, and now its residents shall witness its dismemberment. Rise, my podcast. Serve your new master well. All hail Unicron.
Hey everybody, welcome to All Hail Unicron, episode 77, and I'm almost out of memory on my Gmail drive. So I've been deleting over 35,000 conversations over the last 10 years. My God, I'm not that popular. And joining me tonight, as always, is the guy to my left, the Mad Doctor himself, Mr. T2RX6, Justin.
Hello. I still hate
All
Carlos,
right.
by the way.
What?
I said hello, and I still hate Carlos, by the way.
Yeah, I
just wanted to make sure that was perfectly clear.
I spoke to him by his hangout spot, which is by a truck stop over here in the restroom. Mm-hmm. He's the official glory hole keeper, like in that weird Doritos commercial over there in England. I don't know if you ever saw that. Fucked up, but nah, nothing. Never mind. But yeah, he sends good wishes to you, Justin. I don't know why you're being so fucking mean, but whatever.
I just don't like him. I don't like him. See, this is the first words that came out of his mouth. I'm like,
yeah,
I'm not gonna get
oh
along
God,
with this guy. Sometimes you just know. You know what I mean? So.
You're like, oh my God, a Hispanic. I need Trump now more than ever.
I know. When I found out, that you had a Hispanic origin, I was like, do I keep talking to this guy or not? I don't know.
I believe the first words out of your mouth in Good Morning Cybertron back then was, "Hey, look, man, I don't want to buy any oranges off you." I'm like, "But we're on Skype." You're like, "I don't care." I was like, "All right, fair enough." Then Xavier's feelings got hurt, but because he's really Mexican, so he was like, "Hey, man, that's like my shit, man." We need to fuck with Xavier on here. It's been a minute since I talked to that guy.
Yeah, I've heard from him for a long time. So
yeah, and of course, joining me to my right, he's everyone's favorite Transformer fan collector that is in crippling financial debt. That'll never grow old. He, as it stands, according to his FICO score, which I pulled up, he is $250,000 in 3 credit cards alone. What are you buying? Welcome, Richard Preorder.
The question is, what am I not buying?
Yes.
Turns out that Carlos charges a lot of money, and Rich is a repeat customer. So
that's right. At the old Doritos glory hole.
You can't make your purchases by looking at a website going, "Oh, this is really expensive, must be legit," and then you're still waiting for over half the shit you bought. It's weird. But I'm not judging. I'm respecting is what I'm doing. I'm respecting your hobby. I'm respecting your flow. And so we're gonna go ahead and get started. Did anybody get anything, Justin?
I did. So I think the only thing I got Transformers wise, and I think the only thing I really got this week that I can think of, is the New Age Slag, which makes me wonder. Like, he's beautiful, he's wonderful. I didn't have any problems with his feet. I mean, once you figure out how they're supposed to look and things like that. But he's a good Dinobot. He's not my favorite Dinobot that they've done. But when I stick them all together, I'm like, Grimlock's really small compared to both Sludge and Slag, which, like, next to Sludge, I don't know if it really kind of set me off because, like, Sludge is huge, right? Like, he's one of the biggest.
He's a Brachiosaurus. He should be the biggest one. Yeah,
right. So I'm like, okay, he's bigger than Grimlock. Fine. But then Slag is also bigger than Grimlock. I'm like, now Grimlock looks like he's like the little pipsqueak who's like running this big group of brawlers minus Swoop. So it just made me start thinking, like, I feel like there's a V2 Grimlock coming at some point. Like, we probably get done with Snarl, and then they're like, oh, and here's new Grimlock. That maybe addresses the leg panel issue as one piece. I don't know. I just feel like it's coming. So
yeah, I hear you on that. I have the Shattered Glass versions of the New Age guys, so I'm waiting on that Sludge and Snarl to hit so I can get my 5.
Yeah.
I love the fact that to homage my original collection as a kid, I have all the Hasbro Leader class.
Yeah.
Probably still my favorite is Snarl, even though that beast mode is fucking stupid.
Yeah.
But aesthetically speaking, he's nice. What else you get?
That's it. So
okay.
I did find though that there is a KO New Age Grimlock that is like slightly oversized, so I pulled the trigger on that, and hopefully next show I'll have that and be able to see if I feel like Grimlock feels better, but we'll see. So.
Okay, right on. So just before we move on, no news about any more Iron Factory drops on Show Z Store?
Not that I'm aware of. Did I miss something?
No, I'm making sure I don't, because I'm trying to complete this motherfucking Leo's Act.
I haven't seen one yet. I'll take a look here.
That PayPal paying for has been a blessing, my friends.
Mm-hmm.
It really has.
Oh, you know what else I got this week? I could tell you what I got this week. I got some excitement and some bitter disappointment, I guess. So we went and saw Transformers 1, the whole family. My daughter wanted to do that for her birthday. So that was cool. We went and did that, and it was a good movie. I was like, oh, wow. I'm like, surprisingly, very good. I liked it a lot. I've heard it being called the best Transformers movie ever. I kind of don't disagree. I think it is better than any other movie that's out there. Now, don't get me wrong. G1 will always be my favorite Transformers movie. But story-wise, I think Transformers 1 was a better movie. So we went and saw that, but... All right, my son's in the other room. I had the Studio Series 86 Prime on pre-order for him for Christmas. And he's like, I like this other movie way better. I'm like, damn it. So we canceled that pre-order.
Oh, man, I would have done paying for it with you. Shit. The FOMO's hitting me hard, man. Like, I just can't do pre-orders right now. Still juggling and adjusting, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like, but I really want that because now I want the 86 Megatron to announce, which I'm cool with him being a tank gun, whatever.
Oh, yeah, I'm cool with that, too. I saw a picture of a comic book which had Megatron as a gun with a handle. Is that legit?
This is a legit latest issue of Transformers from Skybound.
Okay.
It is Starscream has a weird fucking name before he became Starscream. I don't have my tablet on me. I read that the other day. Still a good issue.
Was
a little bit of background.
What was his name? Oh shit, can't think of it. Whatever.
He had a really weird name, and I think it was Bob Budiansky who changed it. What was it? I wonder if that's what they used.
Steve Buscemi was that his name previously?
Dude, can you have not picked a better person to voice Starscream in that?
I don't know. I didn't
like no Chris
Chris
Latta like impression. It's just Steve Buscemi, where he's been in movies where he has an authoritative role, so you could kind of believe him being like, you know, the leader of this encampment of Decepticons, but at the same time, you know, he could be a sniveling little fucking, you know, creep. So It's like, motherfucker, like nail it, bro. Like, I
don't know. For whatever reason, I felt like that was one of the weaker voices to me. I don't know. Like,
nah, it was Shockwave. For me, it was Shockwave.
Shockwave wasn't very good either. But
Shockwave was, and Soundwave was, I don't know.
Soundwave was kind of flat feeling. It's like you didn't capture it right.
Yeah.
Soundwave was John Bailey doing his best impression of Frank Welker doing Barry White, which is what he says is his Soundwave.
Yeah, and like
it's garbage. So is he.
Like the Soundwave missed out like the vocoding where like when he says something and then it like drops an octave and stuff like that. Like that's so quintessentially Soundwave. It like I know like it was like episode 1 or 2 or even the first 3 episodes, like he was basically Dr. Claw from Inspector Gadget was the voice. But it's like after that,
the
like,
vocoder on it.
Yeah, like that vocoder with the like dropping of pitch is like so. Like that's more Soundwave than the first couple episodes, Dr. Claw Soundwave, right? And it's like
as someone myself, being able to do the Dr. Claw voice and then messing with vocoder, especially with the technology nowadays, you don't have to be able to do the Dr. Claw voice. You can literally sound as monotone as you can. Be like, I am Soundwave, I am in charge, and the vocoder takes care of the rest.
Yeah, exactly. So
you know,
well, they haven't figured it out because they can't get it right.
Yeah.
No.
Not just Transformers 1. They can't get it right in any of the.
Yeah, anytime they bring them around.
Regardless how I feel about John Pigley, it's still better. His Soundwave is still better than the fucking the War for Cybertron trilogy Soundwave with the shitty Audacity warping effect they had on there.
I don't remember that one, but I probably put it on my brain.
It's like real Megatron, and you're like, whoa, what the fuck? Who's playing with the radio?
Yeah.
It's bad.
Yeah. I will say, so funny story from going to see Transformers 1 is that, like, you know, obviously we took our kids because my daughter wanted to go see it, but like once Bumblebee goes like, badassatron, I'm like, all right, don't say that word. Like, my daughter's like, what? Badassatron? And she's like, but it's funny. I'm like, yeah, but don't say it. She's like, why? I like saying badassatron. I'm like, okay, stop.
Stop it. You are not those poor children that say that stuff, honey.
And then my wife's like, she's like, you had to bring attention to it because now she won't stop saying it. So it's my fault. Whatever. Don't care.
She's at school, beats the hell out of all 3 of the bullies in her class, and just ends it with
badassatron. Yeah.
The only thing you got to worry about now is if she starts running around with knives taped to her hands.
Yes.
Oh, I got knife hands.
Yeah.
The neighbor's dog is missing.
Mm-hmm.
They really work. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, so. But it was a good movie. I liked it. So I did get to see that. And accordingly, Christmas gifts for my son have changed from 86 movie to Transformers 1 movie toys. Or
a birthday gift for your favorite podcast mate.
Yeah, I know, maybe.
You're like, yeah, no, it's not.
So
44, get a job.
Yes. Anyway, that's all I got. What about you, Richard?
Well, speaking of Transformers 1, I picked up the Blokees Hound.
Oh, how was that?
Yeah, it's fun. I can totally get why people are going apeshit over these Blokees. It's a little model kit. None of the parts except for the hands are actually on like a tree or a sprue. But you put it together. It's got nice articulation for a little kit. Comes with a couple hands, a fist and an open hand, and yeah, it's a fun little kit. But I can totally see why people love these things because you can mix and match parts. I only had the one, but you can tell that it's easy to swap things around.
What is it?
But I love him.
Send a link to it. I don't know if I'm familiar with it.
You'll the moment you see it, Justin, it'll hit you. What that reminds me of? You mentioned it, Richard, is mashups, like mashups. The Hasbro was doing that line with all the Marvel and the Transformer characters.
Yep. Yeah, it's similar, yeah.
Oh no. I just went on Facebook to go and try to find this link, and someone in the Transformers 3D printing pages, Nightbird is almost printable, and they're very excited, and I'm like, I don't know about this one. Hold on, I'm gonna copy this one. I mean, all shout outs to everyone who can create their own things and stuff, but personally I think this Nightbird has a little bit more to go. So
that Nightbird has a lot to go.
Yeah, I don't know which
especially
picture
putting
you're
it next to the
yes,
to the picture.
Exactly. That's kind of where my problem hits. I'm like, doesn't really look like the picture. It looks like perhaps the person creating the Nightbird trying to cosplay as Nightbird.
Yeah, actually, you're right. That looks like
or those horrific Halloween costumes we saw on the Transformers. Beat Megatron if he was poor and addicted to cocaine.
It's Metatron.
I will say,
hook up with Starscream, the guy who's blown several dudes in a bathroom for cocaine.
I will say, just real quick, going back to Transformers 1, because you said that you got this Blokees Hound. I did love in Transformers 1, like, picking out characters in the background. I thought that was pretty cool. I'm like, especially refreshing coming off of other Transformers 3D, 3D media, that it's just like, here's like 60 of the Sideswipe mold, like every bad guy is the same mold and all that stuff. And it's like, oh, okay. Like, you had like Ironhide, and he like, wasn't he talking to like the Diaclone Ironhide at one point? Like the Black Ironhide was there. I'm like, I don't mind the reuse when it made sense in the scheme of the franchise we love, right? And then you're like, oh, that looks like Sideswipe. Oh, and there's Sunstreak, so that was pretty fun. I did enjoy that part about it.
That's always been a good chunk of that movie, was like, I just kept pointing out all the characters in the background.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh shit, it's Sideswipe. Oh wow, look, RC. Holy crap, Jazz. Jazz looks pretty cool. Hey, he has a line. Not bad. All right, fuck it. Like, they're, I liked it. It's I think if anything Transformers 1 is nailed is the meaning of reimagining.
Yeah.
Because Ryan Pax's story reminds me a lot of like Megatron Origins, just minus the gladiatorial combat and like the violence to make the change.
Yeah.
because in that story, correct me if I'm wrong, Megatron was just trying to change like the society of functionists and saying you're not meant to do just this. You can do anything, you know. But he went way too fucking far. Started spilling blood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I
those, and those horrific 3 questions from that comic book still ring true to my head. You know, how did you get into position power you have? If you don't serve Cybertron's people, who do you serve? And 3, how do we get you off from your position? You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I did like how they didn't shy away from Megatron being or turning very angry and violent. You know, I thought that was actually nice because like there's not a whole lot of like graphic violence, but when Megatron turns or when he turns and really starts to go after Sentinel Prime,
Yeah.
I mean, he's kind of ruthless, and I like that. I like that it's kind of like, okay, he's flipped.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
He's had enough. He's done. And they didn't shy away from it. I thought, well, I could see them kind of softballing this in because you see it coming.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can tell, Sentinel Prime's going down.
I like
they
a
might
lot of
shy
what they
away from
did.
this.
I
They
like
did
I like that like slowly through the whole thing, like his eyes are getting just slightly more red, you know?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. That was my favorite part. Was that one of the things for Megatron's character was, and the voice actor for Megatron did a great job, right? Because you don't need a raspy Frank Welker all the time.
I could have used a little bit more raspy. Like I was thinking
No,
like
I coulda-
Transformers Prime Megatron-y, but you know, I mean, I was
That's
I
again,
was
that's very
fine with it.
G1-ish. I would
Yeah.
say animated Megatron
Yeah,
type of voice effect would have been okay.
yeah.
The
I mean, I was
angrier he
fine
got.
with it end of day. So,
Yeah,
but
but like the transitioning of his eyes going from yellow to orange, and then finally at the end they're red, and it's like, you know, at this point he's had enough. He's at his peak. He's fucking angry, and he's not taking his shit anymore.
yeah,
Right.
You know, and that's when it's like, oh crap, he's mad. But yeah, and then I think the one part I didn't like was during the final battle in Sentinel Prime's Hall. You know, Orion Pax is like jumps up and does the 86 movie pose, right? The infamous 86 movie pose, the leaping in the air. As just that, he jumps up, does the pose, fires, and then jumps back down. Like, no, it doesn't work. That kind of works when he's using forward momentum. You know, like it's just it's kind of like a fucking, it's like when you hit the jump button in a Mario game, bang, you know. Like I didn't like that. That's the only thing I didn't like. But I think Chris Hemsworth did a phenomenal job voicing Orion Pax and Optimus Prime. And I really hope Michael Key gets more success after this movie.
yeah. He's
So-
hilarious. I love him. I like
Mhm.
Key and Peele was just a fantastic show. So
And they got a Key and Peele
Yeah,
joke in
yep,
there
yep.
too.
I was okay with
Oh.
Atron.
Oh yeah.
Atron. I literally laughed in a theater, and only a couple other people did.
When we saw it, a few people laughed at the Aatron, and then some people, and then you hear like they go to the next scene, and then you hear some people go, "Oh, that's who he is." Okay, okay, he's that guy. It's like, nah, fuck you. Go watch one of the greatest sketch comedy shows out there that also
Oh my
doubles
God.
as a fucking resume
So good.
as to their range, because they do some weird fucking skits that I don't think are funny, but it showcases what they're capable of as actors. You
Yeah,
know.
right. And
Um,
writers, because they did
yeah.
a lot of the writing for the jokes
Yep.
and stuff inside those. So yeah, you're
Shit.
absolutely right.
One half of them's the most celebrated director and writer in horror today. Like, it's,
Mhm.
Yeah, which is
Yeah.
crazy. You know, just yeah. All of a sudden, you
I
just
saw
busted
something
out
where-
into that. So
I saw something where Key was talking about that, and he's like, "Why'd you guys? How come you guys don't work together?" And he's like, "Well, we kind of just we're still good friends." And he kind of went down this horror route. I kind of went down this other like live action route. And he went directing horror. I kind of voice acting and stuck with comedy. So they just kind of expanded on their own skill sets and went a little bit different ways.
yeah, definitely. And it's, he does. I've heard him in interviews say when they do see each other, it's a big hug. How you been? Catch up, like, And I think his other joke is like, "Hey, you should put me in one of your films." And then Jordan just looks at him because he wants to be like, "You're not good for horror." He's like, "But I'm too much of a bitch," But it's really nice. They were a great group, and there are other cast members that were good too. But nothing will ever beat Wendell, the Jordan Peele playing Wendell, the really really big fat guy. that pretends to always have a bunch of people over, but it's action figures.
Yes.
It's like, yeah, I got Glory here, you know, face tan, body tan, legs tan. You know, I banged her. He's like, oh man, what's that, Claire? Yeah, okay. And my favorite one's when he's ordering pizza and like the guy from the pizzeria like falls in love with this fictitious woman named Claire. I was like, oh my gosh, a drive-by, killed Claire. Oh my god, no, Claire. Yes,
Yeah, that one's hilarious because it just gets like more and more like obscene and just completely wild. I love that one.
Like, wow, you like really care about Claire? Yeah, man. You know, it's just I feel it, man. I feel it like being inside me. And then he just throws like, oh, just drive-by, or the Superman bed. He broke the Superman bed from the Fortress of Solitude. Oh my god. Anyway, moving on.
Good
yeah.
stuff.
So
Good
what else did you get, Richard?
I got Fans Toys Scrapper.
Okay. How's that
Nice.
treating you?
He's good. He's good. The robot mode is the best mode. It's so nice.
super cartoony. Like I really like that robot mode.
Yeah, the alt mode it's good. It's got some stuff where you're kind of like, yeah, okay. I think the fact that he's such a monochrome color scheme, you know, he's like just mostly gray. What am I saying? Green.
Yeah.
The Constructicon green. I think helps because some of the parts that you're kind of like, yeah, this is just kind of his arm folded up and stuck on the side. It kind of works because it's all the same color.
Yeah.
I give it a pass a little bit, but
I find it funny because I'm sure that color green has its own color ID, right?
yeah.
But no one's ever going to call it that. They know the Constructicons. They're going to, oh, I need that Constructicon green, bro.
Yeah,
You know, and they buy it and they fucking do something with it. Is that it? Is that all you got?
No, I also got I got a couple of mainline deluxes. So I got the Legacy Deluxe G1 Prime.
Okay.
And I got the Studio Series 86 Bumblebee. And I grabbed that Bumblebee Prime I found at a Walmart. Bumblebee I grabbed when Amazon had their Amazon days and he was like $18. They're both great figures. That Bumblebee is a really nice Bumblebee. But when I look at that Bumblebee and then I put him next to that Prime is the same price. Now, obviously, I got it on sale. I got Bumblebee on sale. But if I had paid $25 for that Bumblebee, I'd be a little bit upset. Like, come on. This is kind of a ripoff. That Prime is a lot bigger. He's got minimal waffles. He's got rubber tires, which on a mainline release, it's like, what?
Yeah, it is like a one-time thing. It's probably is just a one-time thing.
But he comes with a Matrix, fits in his chest, of course. He comes with his energy axe. And he comes with two guns. He comes with a very G1, the more common release. Yeah. And then he comes with a bloated version of it. Whoa. You know, a little tip of the hat to the old bloated gray roller Prime. And I'm like, man, this Prime is way better than this Bumblebee as far as value. This Bumblebee looks like it should be a $15, maybe $18 figure. So I look at that and I kind of go, I don't know. Bumblebee, I feel like he comes with one gun. They could have thrown a couple more accessories in. Those are cheap, you know, single molded parts. Just feels like a little bit of a ripoff. I only paid $18. I'm not pissed, but I look at it from like, I try to look at it, you know, objectively from a collecting, like, this is a $25 deluxe. Wow, this is kind of a lame deluxe. But he's a good figure, if that makes sense. The only other thing I got was I picked up a copy of the old Game Boy Color Beast Wars game that only came out in Japan.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I try to pick
debt,
up
bro. You're never gonna get that third house you want. Just keep fucking around and find out.
Keep piling it up. But yeah, that Prime though, it's really interesting to me because I don't know where it's supposed to fit in your collection. I guess it's fine next to this Bumblebee, but when you really start putting it against, like, you know, the Hound, the Deluxe Hound that came out, and the Jazz, and the Sunstreaker that are all very G1-esque, and they did that 5-pack and the very cartoon-looking colors, that Prime is just way too small because he's deluxe size, so he's very short. He's actually in truck mode. He's smaller than G1 Prime. So he's like super budget Temu Missing Link Prime.
Yeah.
But it's a good figure.
I agree. I'm sure it is. I have never had an attachment to the G1 Prime figure. My first G1 toys were the Constructicons. So, in a color scheme, I'll never see them released in unless it's on from a Chinese KO account on eBay. But
that's all I got. What did you get, Oscar?
I also got the Studio Series Bumblebee 86 Bumblebee. I'm content with it, but unlike you, I did not get it during Amazon Prime days. I bought it before Amazon Prime days, and I didn't feel like going to Walmart to return it. But I also picked up the Studio Series Gamerverse Transformers. This is a big mouthful, but I'll just fucking paraphrase. The Transformers Reactivate Bumblebee that was part of that 2-pack with Starscream. And I said in the chat, that's probably the ugliest fucking Seeker design I've ever fucking seen. Hello?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The Starscream that comes with in the 2-pack with him?
Yep.
Yeah.
I have never, ever given a shit, like not given a shit about a Secret mold until like seeing this reactivate. The coloring is like so fucking off. Like it's just the Starscream's just ugly in general. Even if I wasn't repainted as a Thundercracker, it's still like the color balance would be off. I'd have to prime every pun intended. I'd have to prime every single bit of them to make those blues match, because if not, then it's off, you know, because it's a darker background and shit. You know, so like the Bumblebee is fine itself. I haven't had a chance to mess with it. I've seen a lot of reviews, and it's a unique take on the character of Bumblebee. But I mean, like, for me, it's like, all right, I'm getting it because I kind of do like the robot design, and I like the Mad Max vehicle he transforms into. Whereas Prime just looks like he's juicing, you know, and he's like, oh, I'm lifting weights now, Bumblebee. I can't be stopped, you know? So, yeah, I picked him up. Now, a while ago, some of you guys don't know this, you guys know, the 6 listeners know that we have a private chat on Facebook we're in. I reached out to Justin and Richard because they have 3D printers. I'm still waiting for those Superion hands from Richard, but whatever. Did you get that? Did you get that? I just threw you under the bus, buddy. We're breaking up. All right, I met someone new. He's like, oh no. No, so I was like looking because I had bought the Flames Toys Rodimus IDW from Big Bad Toy Store, right? Picked them up, came in, building them, and like a twat, I decided that, I'm barely awake at 4:30 in the morning. Let me build this model kit. I'm such a genius. I ended up dropping what is basically one of, like, it's like a ball joint that plugs into the torso and it connects the torso to the leg. I lost a piece. I couldn't find it. You know? So I reached out, of course, to you and Justin. And I was gonna assemble the other ones. You'd be like, can you scan this? Do I have to ship this? You know, whatever. So I go to Hobby Lobby out here in town. If you build Gundams and you have a Hobby Lobby near you, you know that every other week they put them on sale, 40% off all box model kits, right? It's not just Gundam, it's like cars and all that other shit. My buddy Ryan, Justin, you remember we used to play Fortnite with him. He's looking for one in particular, so you know I hit them up and I'm looking around. I know they have Transformers there, but it's always been like G1 Optimus and IDW Decepticon Megatron and like Bug Bite, Bumblebee, and I think there's a Starscream that appeared there one time. I'm walking around, I'm looking for this Barbadosaurus for my buddy Ryan. I look down and there I see IDW Rodimus. I'm like, no way. And I'm like, does this discount apply? It's a box model kit. It's got to apply. So, you know, retail price at Hobby Lobby is like $45 for this guy. Walk out 40%, not having to pay 40% on that 45. So it's a pretty good deal. Boom. Got the piece I needed, built it. At this point, mind you, I had reached out to Flame Stories on Facebook, on Threads. I made a Twitter account to hit them up, DM them. They never hit me back, so I deleted that shit. And I reached out to them on Instagram. They never got back to me. They read my messages, but they don't reply back. So this is before I found Rodimus over at Hobby Lobby. So I emailed Big Bad Toy Store. I've never dealt with their customer service before, right? I was going to hit them up on Facebook, but it was like, we're talking early SCU days. Like, Justin, remember when the Blitzwing and Springers were coming out?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I missed out on the pre-orders at Big Bad Toy Store for those guys, so I blamed them because they kept giving shit away to fucking reviewers on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, oh, I'm not going to hit them up here. I'll just email them on, Gmail. So I email them. And they hit me up. They hit me back, and they're like, "Yeah, sure. What can we help you with?" I'm like, I tell them hey, I lost this piece, and I can't finish the model kit now. It's really aggravating. What is there anything you could do for me? They're like, "Oh, send us some pictures." So I sent them some pictures, and a video of me pointing to the part that I missed. That I lost and shit. And I kept saying "lost" in the video, not like it's missing. I said "lost." So they sat there and they were like, "Okay, well, here's what we could do for you." She goes, "We're just gonna go ahead and send you another Rodimus model kit."
Oh, nice.
I was like, really? And I'm like, okay, well, how much do I owe you? They're like, oh no, it's free. And I'm like, are you serious? They're like, yeah. So I was like, well, how about you let me pay for shipping? And she's like, no, it's fine. I'm like, are you serious? She's like, yeah, if this one ends up missing that same piece though, we may have to have you send back the other two. I'm like, all right, copy that. So they shipped it. And it hasn't come in yet, but I think that's got to be something I'm going to build with my nephew Alex. Which I think will be a good time spent with him.
Yeah, that'll be good. I have that hound. They're fun little kids to put together.
They are. It's an amazing. They are a good kid. I think I lost interest with them when they did Shatterglass Drift. And like he was just a bitch to put together. Like I had an issue with one of his knees where like I guess one of the pieces I got were warped. This is years ago before I got really like balls deep into model building procedures and shit like that, So I just said
pre-Gundam days.
Mm-hmm. This is it's post Gundam days when I first tried it back in 2015. Some people don't know the first Gundam I built was a Master Grade Sengoku Red Astray from the Build Fighters line. I didn't know what Build Fighters was. I just looked at the box and I'm like, yo, this motherfucking red and white got two swords and like two big ass hands. God damn, I need to buy this motherfucker. So I built them. But and it's gonna make some model builders cringe. I didn't use nippers when I first built that thing. It's a Master Grade. Huh?
Yeah, nippers.
Yeah, never used nippers.
Show me your nippers.
I legit pulled the pieces off the runner by hand, and if I had any excess screw, I would use wire cutters.
Oof.
So like I'm hacking away at this fucking thing. Like I don't give a fuck, man. I'm like, yeah, I'm make this motherfucker. He's gonna look cool shit. Made it, and it's like it looks so bad. Like the swords didn't want to stay in hand, and apparently at the time that was like a big issue with the kit. But apparently a quick fix for that with other kits I've assembled is sticky tack. You don't have to glue something in a hand. You could just use sticky tack and it'll hold in there just fine. Unless the room they're displayed in directly faces the sun, you don't have to worry about that shit falling off ever. So it was a learning. Like I kind of want to buy myself another one of them as like a rematch, because I did buy it like not even a few months after my wife and I got married and came back from our honeymoon because Ocala Comic-Con was in town. So it's something I'd like to get a shot at. But and then I built a 144 Dragon Gundam from the G Gundam anime. That I knew the anime. I was like, oh, but he just didn't flow well with my deluxe class figures. So yeah, I ended up buying the Flame Soys model kits. I built their Drift. I built their Megatron Autobot version. I built their Optimus Prime IDW version, Optimus Prime Attack Mode. I got a Nemesis Prime, I think. Shatterglass Optimus Prime Attack Mode. I built all those. They were fun, and then I built just that Shatterglass Drift came in, and it's just something something went sideways on that build, and I just stopped carrying it and ended up throwing them all away. You know, like the other day, I found a bag with all their hands. I'm like, well, it's fucking useless.
Bag of hands found on crime scene.
Yeah, right. It's like, fuck, man. So yeah, so getting into it, like this hobby with the Transformer side of things again, because some of them look really fucking dope. You know. So
yeah, those nippers, like I did models as a kid, and I like putting models together, but I never got serious into it. And I decided to pick up a set of those. What's the company that makes them? Starts with a T. I think it starts with a T. Anyway, they make the ones for Gundam, I guess, or they're popular with the Gundam. And after I bought one, I'm like, oh, these are well worth their money.
Well, there's Mr. Hobby is a really popular line. I think the most definitive pair of nippers out in the market now is by a company called Godhand. The problem there is that they're very expensive. Like you're looking at $60 for a pair of model nippers just for a flush cut, you know? Yeah. But like anything that's expensive, like third-party Transformers, and they fall on the floor, you better pray nothing happens to them. There's been complaints of like the blades chipping because they're so thin and they're cutting things off the runner the wrong way. And you know, everyone suddenly becomes like an engineering expert, which it's the one thing I hate about Gundam groups. Like they all do that, and it's like, man, fuck y'all, I don't care about this shit. Like, I'm just trying to build these cool looking fucking robots so I can repaint them and make them look even cooler because I'm an artist. But yeah, it's I think what made me really turn around to take the model building seriously was when my brother Bobby bought me, not Bobby Skullface, he bought me the perfect grade Banshee Norn. It just looked like a cool fucking robot, but I had never heard of perfect grade. I didn't know that they made like 13-inch tall pseudo Titan class Gundams that have like 56 fucking runners. That's how many runners. Like the average master grade has between like 12 to 15 runners on there, right? High grade has 10 or less. You know, maybe 12 sometimes if it's a P Bandai exclusive, which is again just a glorified recolor, but sometimes they nail it. And then here comes perfect grade with their 54 fucking runners. That thing took me 2 months to finish building. So if I ever build another perfect grade again, I'm going to take my sweet time because this one looks kind of butchered because we used a pair of beat up fucking hobby nippers and a nail file to file down the excess sprue. You know, I didn't know what an undergate was, and
I still don't know what an undergate is.
it's when instead of the sprue connecting to the side of the part, like let's say you have a circular part that's for the thigh, so instead of the sprue connected to a chunk of the thigh, it goes underneath the part. So you cut it, and you still have some sprue left over on the part, but it's underneath, and it's not visible when it's assembled. So you could cut it off, file it down, it looks sweet. No one knows the better, you know. Flames Toys, they don't have undergates. It's all fucking. Make sure you have a good pair of nippers that cut flush and get ready to file and polish off and make it look dope. Because this Optimus Prime is fucking dope. I like it. But yeah, that's about all I got. I have another model kit I got on the way that I pre-ordered months ago, based on a Go Gaigar anime.
Oh yeah.
That Bandai made, so it comes with like I don't know their names. I don't. It comes with the guy who transforms into a white lion, and then the fucking bullet train, and then the stealth bomber, like all this shit, man. Like when he gets combined, he's staying that way, bro. Like I'm not taking that apart. But yeah, that's about it.
Tamaya clippers are the ones I have. I don't have the super fancy ones. These were like $30.
Okay. I just have I just periodically go on Amazon and buy, like I said, of like 15 of them and throw them out as they start wearing down. So
I've been using what's the name of this company? I bought I call them poor man's God hands because they're not $60. They're like 20. They're called Steady, STEDI. They cut really good for me. I like them. It makes polishing off like the nubs real easy. Then I got extra shit for like it's this hobby has made me, if anything, appreciate more the engineering side of things. It's made me more willing to, when something's gone wrong in the house, okay, how can I fix it? You know, let's see how this works. Take pictures before you take it apart. You know, that type of jazz. So yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Very nice.
Yeah. So let's go. Moving on to our first topic here tonight, because the brother's got to get up early. Is Unique Toys demands masterpiece scale justice for Dark of the Moon Optimus Prime. Now, as much as I love Unique Toys, they need to fucking stop, because that's all they do. They've done masterpiece scale movie figures, but goddamn, some of them look fucking good. This looks good.
Yeah,
This looks real good.
If
And
you
Dark
are
of the
a
Moon's-
movie fan, this is the Optimus Prime to have.
Dark of the Moon is my favorite like live action Transformer film. That's where
I like this.
this looks really good, but it's also, like I said, it's my favorite film, and mostly because we get to see the showcase of oh my god, bro, fucking what's his name? I call him PTSD Prime. He's been going through fucking hell.
Sentinel.
Yeah, then you have Sentinel, who's like
He was in
this
there,
great
right?
deceiver.
That was Dark of the Moon, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
And then at the end, like, he kills Megatron, and then, like, Sentinel's like, no, Optimus, please. Fucking just kills him anyway. Meanwhile, like, you know, fucking, what's his face? Freaking Peter Cullen's like, I can't believe I did that. Oh,
If
no.
I recall correct, Sentinel was played by
Leonard Nimoy.
Leonard Nimoy, yeah.
Mhm.
Voice of Galvatron, which,
His
by the way, the
his
rumor mill
return.
is there's a Studio Series 86 Galvatron coming out.
I believe that.
Yeah, I think I saw a pic of it somewhere. I totally forgot about that. Let me see if I can find it while we're talking. Yeah, I like this, except for the wheels in alt mode.
Let me see that.
If you look at pic, what is this? The one ending in 08.
Oh yeah.
I don't like the front wheel. The rim looks like it sticks out too far, and it's got like that. It almost looks like he was illegally parked, so they put one of those
Yes.
boots on his front tire.
I will drive anyway.
Yeah.
Good job.
And then the back wheels are split, which
yeah,
is
I don't
obviously
understand
for
that. That's a little
robot
weird.
mode, but well, that's the way it's supposed to look in robot mode. But
Those,
I wish they
it looks
could have
like
done
it's
something with them.
being driven by the world's cheapest trucker.
Yeah.
I mind them back wheels looking kind of jacked up. I mind your face looking jacked up. You mind your business. Where those goddamn lot lizards at, man? Daddy needs to get hit. He gets some shoot some shit up in some bitch's belly. Cause I'm a feminist.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like he's on his knee handing in the Matrix in picture 10.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
my master Sentinel, I will gladly slob that knob.
I really don't like that they've gone ahead and done the split wheels on the back. Like, I get that that's how it looks in his robot mode, but I almost wish either A, he had a set of fake wheels hiding somewhere in there to make that happen. B, they actually did some kind of transformation element that they like split apart a little. Or even C, I wish they would let you have some parts forming so you could just swap on the wheels if it was really burning you up that yours didn't have it, you know, like, because I think it just ruins a beautiful looking truck mode. And I have no idea what the thing on the front is, nor why the rim sticks out so far. So I don't know. A shame.
It looks good. Robot mode looks good. Back looks real nice and cleaned up too. You know, not a bunch of kibble fucking hanging off him. That looks like it'll just flap off the moment you pose his ass.
Yeah.
But it's Unique Toys, so you know they're going to engineer the shit out of it.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting for that. Like, I want someone to Photoshop the back of, like, this Unique Toys, you know, reveal of this Dark of the Moon Optimus Prime. Show the robot, like, in the Iron Man pose, and then show the truck. It says, transforms in just 236 steps. Coming in.
And then there's Hasbro, who's like, transforms in just 2 steps. And you're like, well, this is gonna be trash.
And then there's
that,
Hasbro
you
licensing.
sons of bitches.
It's non-transforming. Don't worry about it.
Transforms in no steps.
Yeah.
Oh man, like I felt like such a noob. So I saw like the Transformers 1 flip change Optimus Prime. It confused it for that like Takara exclusive.
Oh no.
Yeah, and I was like, oh man, here it is. I can't believe I found this here at Target. Excellent. And no, it wasn't. I'm kind of glad I didn't.
I was gonna say, joke's on you.
Yeah, because I was like looking, I'm like, wait a minute. This is a one-step changer? Oh, shit, man. But yeah. So moving on to the next one here is we have Sam's Forge brings us a 3D printed prototype of IDW Fortress Maximus. Okay. Is this like Titan scale or is this like Voyager?
Oh,
no,
it
is. Oh, it's a big boy, just like a Carnifex.
Big as their Overlord, yeah. Now, I don't know. This is the guy, Sam's Forge is the guy that does the shop talk with Bobby.
Mm-hmm. Sam's Forge is the one who makes like the Power Master Prime armor. He does a lot of really cool stuff. He's engineered like a bunch of new animated Constructicons and everything. So
yeah, but he also does do work for MMC. I think the Protectobots are his design.
You could see that. He's very talented at the modeling. So
yes. Now he's talked about this. I don't know if he's going to. The one shop talk I listened to, he talked about this being kind of a passion project. So I don't know if this is something he's going to try and see if MMC wants to make, or if he's just going to offer up the files somewhere. Not sure.
Yeah.
But this looks great.
It does. I like how, it isn't. I'm like, oh, look at all this like splooge on him somewhere, but it's because it's fucking. Is this Photoshop colored?
I don't think so.
Could he not be bothered to paint this shit? Okay, no. Okay, never mind. No. There must be a filter applied to it, but yeah, no, this looks good. It looks amazing.
Yeah, especially for 3D printed, this looks really nice.
I really dig the alt mode too that he has. Like, just looks super cool.
Yeah.
What is this alt mode again? Is he a tank or some shit?
Yeah, it's kind of like some kind of like, almost looks like a land tank. Like it would fit a bunch of people in it.
Jesus
like
Christ, yeah.
Armored thing. Like, it looks cool. Super cool.
Yeah. It's very Mad Max-ish. Looks like something from Mad Max. Might just put some spikes on it. I actually picked up the perfect effect, not the Fortress Maximus, the Grand Maximus, the black and yellow, red color scheme at TFCon. So he's on my shelf.
I have the Fort Max somewhere. I think I might be selling it, but I have it. So it's a cool figure. So
it is. It was one of Perfect Effects like big boys, wasn't it? Like
yeah,
big.
Yeah. There was two sets. You got the Fort Max, and then there was like the upgrade kit to him that like I forget. I don't know. Did he turn into the head the first time? I can't remember, but yeah, I remember there was two parts to him. So yeah. Yeah,
he transformed to a head for the G1.
That's right. Yeah, it was for the G1 toy. You could actually stick him on there, which was cool. Good idea.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of wish it would work for the Titans. Titans class.
It was before their time, Oscar. You have to have a crystal ball. So, yeah. But
so moving on.
Moving on to.
She does whatever a spider can. It's Spider Woman, courtesy of a new third-party company, Era Model.
Ah, yes, Spider Woman.
Is this another Arachnid? Of course it is.
Yep.
Oh, thank God she has cleavage, because we all know it'd be absolute shit if she didn't have fucking titties the fucking weeaboos can fap to.
So, not gonna lie, my wife was like, I really liked Arachnid. She was really cool looking. I'm like, oh. Yeah. So I have.
What do you think of this one, honey?
What is it? Who's the company that made the Arachnid with just recently? Do you remember? It's not super good.
Based on the TF Prime mold?
Is it APC? It might be APC.
Yeah.
Yeah. They took it, but they upgraded it a little, so you don't have to like destroy the helicopter to make her look halfway decent. Yeah, so I put that up in our bedroom. I stuck it on my wife's end table. She's like, "Oh, you have this and thought of me?" I'm like, "Oh, I didn't know that was gonna go so well." I'm like, okay.
Now you can do it again with this one.
Yeah, maybe.
At least your wife acknowledges it. I gave Carrie like a sweet looking RC or Chromia, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm all like, cool. You know, they love this shit. Oh my god.
Yeah.
And like, I'll like put it on her nightstand and it'll just sit there and collect dust. She won't even touch it. I don't expect to walk in there and go, "Oh, fuck you, Optimus Prime," but it's like a little acknowledgement, honey. Yeah.
Mostly my wife's telling me that my end table has too much stuff on it. It needs to be cleaned. I'm like, don't you bitch about my decorating.
That's what you say. So you're saying I need a bigger end table.
Uh-huh. So what I hear is, yeah, for sure.
This looks pretty good. No idea what the quality will be, but
if it's like big, I mean, look, it's probably the same toys as Bingo Toys and like Big Flame Bird or whatever the hell it is. Like, it's probably the same company still, so it's probably gonna be fine. You know, like
probably.
If you got any of those other ones, it's gonna be more of the same, and I don't think it looks bad. Say what you want about the Robo Cleavage. I know I'm the
weebs.
Flame Bird whatever RC. Actually, I have the black version, whatever that one was, because it looked kind of Crasher like. But like, I don't care about the cleavage thing. I'd rather have like the robot looking chest personally, but it's fine. You know, like, I'm not gonna put on the human looking body parts. It just doesn't look right. But yeah, this one I think is a little more subtle, I will say, compared to whatever that other Flame Bird Toys Bingo whatever RC that they did. That one was ridiculous.
all right.
All right, so moving on to the next one. Sorry, I messaged you my wife because I have the ankle biter with me, and apparently she has to go out, which I may have to. There's a stage left. All right, so Iron Romance Rampage is ready. What? For release, just be careful going down on him. I will do no such thing.
Oh, we'll just wait TC robot mode.
Oh. Whoa.
Oh, there it is. What is this?
What the fuck is this?
We saw a gray prototype of this a long time ago. But yeah.
Is that the animatronic from Honey, I Shrunk the Kids? What's going on here?
Yeah, I'm not sure why the crab head.
Is that a crab head? That's kind of more like a weird ant head.
I mean, I guess they're going for like the whole, you know, I'm from Texas, look at my belt buckle shit, right? Or any redneck, not just Texas. But like that should be mounted on like a throne, not his crotch.
Yeah, it looks very weird.
The color doesn't help it.
It's so big too.
It's huge.
That's what she said.
The color does not help.
And that's what she said. It is
that
the
thing
crab
bite?
mode head, according to the pictures. Come on, they could have done something better with that.
I also question, have they ever seen a crab? Because no crab looks like this. So.
Oh, we are too busy eating all the animals we see here.
Mm-hmm. His claws look kind of silly too. Like,
yeah, hard pass.
His claws have fingers.
Yeah, I'm not sure what this is supposed to go with either. You know, like it's not masterpiece scale. It's smaller. Is it supposed to go with? So it's not so small. Like, you could almost say, well, it's kind of got a. I don't want to say samurai vibe, but you could almost shoehorn it in with some of the Iron Factory stuff. But it's too big for that too.
He looks like a final boss from Ninja Scroll, that club.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, but it looks like a fucking nightstick because it has that handle. I think he's supposed to be big in the cartoon, so I think he'll scale well with some Legend figures.
That's true. He is huge in the cartoon, so maybe that's what they're known for.
I think it's like the in-between Legends and Deluxe class scale. Unless
Yeah.
this guy's got really small hands.
Or really giant Andre the Giant hands.
Look how beautiful this is. Isn't this amazing? Andre, stop hurting me. Shut up, you're stupid. All right, we're going to move on next to Dr. Wu's Wittle Megatwon. See here. Oh, good lord, that's disappointing. Fuck, man, that face.
Yeah, the face is pretty bad.
It's like, man, I don't like you. You're stupid.
The
I'm
nose,
gonna fuck your mouth, Optimus Prime.
the nose is very close to the lip, like the top of the lip. Like I feel like if they cut the nose back some, it would look better.
Yeah. I could pick my own nose with my tongue, Optimus Prime. Look at that. Wow, that's really amazing, Megatron. Fuck you, Prime. You're a fucking jerk.
He looks like oh god, what was there was an old cartoon character that was based off the person. Oh man, what the hell was his name? It was a dog with like a huge nose. Oh man, can't think of it. I don't know. And it's based off a real person. I know that. That's all I really remember.
Well, that's
Was
crap.
it,
I
WC
get-
Fields or somebody? I seem to remember them making fun of him because he had that big, like, alcoholic's nose. You know what I'm talking about? Where people just, like, who drink a lot, their nose starts to get, like,
It turns red.
turns red and real puffy, and sometimes you see,
Yeah.
like, the little broken capillaries or whatever in there. And
Isn't that technically like an allergic reaction to like the hops or whatever that's in the alcohol, and that's what makes it do that?
oh, I didn't know that. Could be.
That's what I always thought it was, because based on because it doesn't always stay like that. If they stop drinking, like the swelling goes down and shit. But I don't know. But yeah, this Megatron looks like garbage, man. Like it is straight up fucking.
I mean, the face really is what ruins it for me. Everything else I think is mostly fine. The gun mode, the gun mode
gun mode
cracks
looks
me up
silly.
with the black insert for the trigger that looks like it's like painted on or just molded on, like loosely resembling a trigger. I'm like, I almost rather there be no trigger than that, and like especially since it doesn't connect to the handle, like it just looks
Yeah.
really
It's a
weird.
really bad insert. It's a straight up like, hey,
And-
put on a piece
Right.
of plastic here and draw this gray curve.
And then what makes it even worse is that it just hangs off the back of his arm all the
Yep.
time. Like, so I would, at that scale, I'd rather him just not have the arm, you know, or the trigger. It just doesn't make sense. Like,
I honestly think this is like guys like Matt, you know, like Deluxe, they fucking gobble this up, and that's cool, but it's not my bad. It's just that face. It just, you know, he's got that look in his face that if he got pulled over by a cop because of a DUI, he's just gonna look at him like that because he's like, fuck, I'm hammered right now.
mhm,
I'm gonna fail this sobriety test. I'm gonna lose my job over at the distillery.
yeah.
Man, fuck y'all. This looks great. I hope it comes in clear.
Whoa, Matt, welcome. I hope it comes to Jolly Rancher Red, Oscar. I heard what you said, you piece of shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's not terrible given its size, but there's a lot, like, also given its size, there's things they could have done better too. And definitely the nose just screws the whole face up. So that one picture where it's like more zoomed out, you see that like fan structure thing on the right side? Like his face looks so flat, it looks like he punched really hard in the face.
You
I
said,
don't know.
you start with that bitch and eat what did to me. Now she's not getting away with it, guys. Come on, everybody, let's kick her ass.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, Megatron. That's a girl. I'm sorry. Do I smell pussy on you? I smell pussy on you. I'm gonna fuck you guys up the butt.
Yeah. This is
It sounds like he could be Mr. Garrison's new Mr. Hat.
it should be.
Hi, dear children. Hi. We want to
Um,
say hi to everyone, Mr. Megatron. Hi, children. It's me, Megatron, Mr. Garrison's new assistant. Don't shove gerbils up your butt.
I don't have
Lemming
the whatever this one is, Dr. Wu's Optimus Prime, but Optimus looks like really, really tiny next to him too. Like Optimus needs reconsideration. That picture of him, Megatron and Optimus fighting looks absurd. It's just not good. I see what you're going for, but it doesn't work. So. Oh well.
Yeah,
What's
moving
next,
on.
Oscar?
Up next, we're in an official news territory. Remember when Transformers transformed? Hasbro doesn't know what you're talking about, and they sold out again. This time to Audley, who has a bunch of limited articulation figures for us. That's their name, Audley.
Yeah.
Never heard of these people. Oh, these are garbage. These do not look good at all. Can we just skip this?
Yeah,
Alright,
these
so
look fine.
look, there's a lot of detail, but not enough to to justify them giving up transformation. YoloPark does it better.
Well, that's the real thing. It's like, how many more companies are they going to just whore out the license for these figures that are limited articulation when they've already got established companies who do it very well?
YoloPark's done it the best. Like Super 7's just garbage.
I feel like though, when that first picture where you see all the gray prototypes and there's like the huge Bumblebee next to RC, the RC below that Bumblebee looks pretty good. The one above her doesn't look as good. There's something, I don't know, maybe it's exactly the same, like, but upscaled, but somehow the torso feels longer there on that RC than the one that's below.
And that's the thing, like they really fucking dropped the ball on scale, because Bumblebee is a little guy. Here he is looking like he just got done clearing another 500-pound rep on the bench. And you got him next to this like this RC where he's just gonna be like, babe, I told
so
you,
much more
pick
like
a restaurant.
He looks like so much more buff than Prime, and Megatron standing behind him.
Yeah, Megatron's like, I'm gonna kill you, Prime. Whoa, that's a big dude.
Swole
Yeah, guys, it's me, Bumblebee. I'm fucking shredded right now, bro. I'm here to bang your chicks and kick some ass, and guess who's done banging chicks? Proceeds to fuck them up. The sound wave looks horrible.
It's like all the same characters too. It's like, all right, everybody who does non-transforming figures with the license is going to do the 4 from Transformer 1, and then they're going to do an Optimus, a Megatron, and a Bumblebee, and they're probably going to do a Soundwave, and they're probably going to do a Cliff Jumper based off of remolding their own Bumblebee,
and then they're going to do a Starscream, and then they'll do the 3 Seekers, and then
the most interesting thing out of this whole post is, there's a little kickback and a Jazz. Those are different because not everybody's doing those.
Yep.
Good luck getting the rest of the Insecticons.
Right. Yeah, and I agree. YoloPark does it better, and it's how many more of these do we need?
And it's like, when you talk about Insecticons, clearly the only thing that comes to mind is fucking kickback. Because that's always the topic of conversation, much like there was in the comic shop the last couple of years, where we're like, hey, that Joker 2 movie needs to be a musical. That's going to help usher in a new direction for the character permanently. It's crap. Don't watch that fucking movie.
I've heard nothing but terrible things.
It's fucking garbage, man. Like, oh my God, it lost its flair.
Now, I will say, speaking of Batman stuff, Penguin has been good so far.
I have not seen it. I'm told they mention him very limitedly in the show, in a limited fashion. Sorry.
Mention him as Penguin, or
they mention Batman?
Oh, so far they haven't mentioned Batman. If they did, it went right past in a split second.
It's taken an artsy direction, which this is the Penguin we're talking about. I don't need HBO's newest take on The Sopranos.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. I don't know Batman well enough to know if this is completely off the rails for sort of a quote-unquote origin. I mean, he's already there. He's already established. There's people who call him Penguin, but it's kind of it seems almost like a derogatory nickname people have given him because of the way he walks. Because he does kind of waddle. Oh, he doesn't just kind of waddle. He does waddle.
Like injured, right? Or some shit like that?
His foot is all fucked up, they show his foot in one episode. But as far as so far a crime drama, it's been fantastic. And if I didn't know better and you bet me money that was Colin Farrell, I would tell you to go fuck yourself.
I didn't believe it was when I first saw the Batman. I was like, no. Yeah. And then you see the featurettes of him getting layered on with makeup.
Yeah.
And it's like, holy shit, that's Pretty Boy Colin Farrell?
Yeah, and even in the Batman, he doesn't have a lot of screen time. So I thought, okay, surely in this series where he's the main focus, you're going to be able to tell. You can't tell.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's the most phenomenal makeup job. I mean, are they touching it up with CG and post or something? Because it looks so good. Even the close-ups.
It's practical, bro.
It's so good. Like even on close-ups, I'm like watching and I'm watching around like his hairline to see if you can see kind of where, every once in a while with those prosthetic face, especially like fat faces, you can see kind of the edges blended. Nope. It's super impressive.
I think the most horrific makeup job I ever saw was in the first Friday the 13th, in the scene where he's chasing a girl down the street and his arms are extending out, and you could see where the latex was flapping up on his neck in the silhouette. And I think that's the worst makeup job besides like average B movies that don't have much of a budget,
right?
So they look awful. But I mean, like for a high-end not blockbuster, but like a high-end show like The Penguin, like HBO needs to kind of earn back my trust with that Game of Thrones bullshit they pulled. I don't even know if what's his face released that final book or not.
Oh no, he's not done. He'll never finish.
No, I think he'll die before that's.
He's gonna die before he finishes.
That's what all his fans were saying. It's fucked up seeing what his fans are like. Oh, he's so unhealthy. He's so big and blah blah blah. It's like, wow, fuck you guys. Anyway, back on topic here. Flame Toys, Beast Wars, Megatron, Dia Atlas, Ultra Magnus, and more. So the first link sends us to the Wonder Festival in Shanghai 2024. And my fucking god, that is one mean looking Ultra Magnus. Dia Atlas is cool. I don't have much of an attachment to him. The closest thing I got to a representation of him on my shelf is that Fans Project one they did years ago where the wings still fucking fall off.
Mm-hmm.
So tempted to crazy glue the shit on there, man. Oh my god. Yeah, that Ultra Magnus is fucking ridiculous. Look, it's very imposing. It is. Which one of you guys called it a Gundam? I kind of see it in the feet.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very bulky Gundam. I don't know which one it reminds me of. I know I sent some random picture there, but he looks really good. But that Beast Wars Megatron, on the other hand, that is a complete reimagining of him, as if he wasn't like techno-organic. Like he was just straight up. He's on Cybertron. He kept the robot mode, but dropped the animal skin.
Yeah, it's
even though there is numerous detail amounts on him that show it's still there, but
it's like he took the real Beast Wars form, and then went back to Cybertron. Was like, you know what? I kind of like this alt mode, but I want it to be. I don't care about it being organic. Let's make it look robotic and badass.
Yep. Then there's their G1 Megatron, also that model kit coming out. That's a nice one. And that Soundwave, which I have pre-ordered, that looks really neat. I kind of want that in my collection too. Then there's that Starscream, the
Confused Starscream. I like to call that one because he's got little bits and details from like 7 different TV shows. Starscream.
Yeah. He's got like Gundam feet and legs. He's got Cybertron, Starscream accessories and add-ons, and
he's got like G1 Starscream wings on the back, and then in front of it, Cybertron Starscream wings.
Yeah.
Just like, yeah.
He's
got that Combiner Wars leader size Starscream chest that looked like Angry Birds.
Yeah. The one without the, what are they called? Pylons or intakes or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one thing I didn't like about those figures. But I did because at the time, that's when Thundercracker was becoming really cool. And I started falling in love with the character. I was like, oh, I got Thundercracker. It's so cool. But it's like, oh, he's missing the pylons, though. But he was a big fucker that transformed in. Like, as soon as that Jetfire came out, I knew we were getting Seekers out of that mold.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's look at this Beast Wars Megatron, because this seriously looks sick.
Yeah, when I saw another link with more pics, I tossed it in, because this looks so good.
It does. It looks really neat. They also showed the Hound in the previous page link, too, that you made.
Yes.
But just standard, like I'm so not used to seeing him with both hands. It's always a dinosaur head on one arm and then the tail on the other.
Yeah.
I honestly don't know how the fuck he got anything done on that ship of theirs, but picture 4, there you go. There's the tail, there's the fucking dinosaur head. Yeah, it's like Megatron. Would you please press the button to begin the assault on the Maximus? I can't. Yes, I am. I don't have fingers. Yes.
He transforms and then he can't reach because his little T-Rex arms are too short.
Blasted! These tiny arms are useless. Yes. No. So I know in some episodes the left arm was free of the tail. It was kind of like a shield type of thing, like a Gundam. No, but this looks really good. I like the proportions. I like the design of the body, like what would be scales on the Tyrannosaurus Rex on his body look more like detail marks, like scribe marks and shit like that. So it's really neat. And then looking at that fucking cannon, some nice color separation going on right there. That, gentleman, is a good example of color separation. I just hope a lot of the extra details on the body, like if you look at the dinosaur head, there's a little bit of gray there, right behind the eyes, or even around the crotch plate. There's two like silver streamlines there. I hope they're not stickers. That would break my heart because I feel like it's a good opportunity for them to showcase what they're made of, because they're not Bandai. I used to think they were Bandai, but they're not.
Isn't Flame Toys part of Action Toys, which was Fans Project?
I don't know. I just know, like, I swore they were Bandai, but when the Rodimus situation happened, Bandai has a website where you could submit to get replacement parts, made again for you. And I could have swore I saw Flame Toys mentioned on there, but no, they're not. They're not on there at all. So.
Man, if this transformed, like if somebody made a transforming version of this style, like took this and made, you know what I mean? Like this is the footprint or the template for the overall design, that would be awesome.
So if you look at figure 12 with the cannon, the dinosaur head, the back, the wings, right? Because it's and the hands, right? So if you look at that cannon, all that yellow looks a lot like stickers, which is breaking my heart because that looked like a really good example of color separation. Because I don't think they they do panel line their figures, but I don't recall them doing it for promotional.
So the Hound definitely comes with stickers. So I don't know if this.
So does Rodimus. So did every figure. Like some came with I know they didn't come with eyes because they come with painted metallic colored eyes, unless you're trying to change them up and make them a different color. But
yeah,
but this looks cool though. I'm kind of in. I want to get my hands on Optimus Primal because that looked like a fun unit too.
Okay, yeah, this is the same line as that Hound that I have, so it probably does have stickers on it somewhere.
Yeah, if you look at photograph number 9, the cannon is open again, and yeah, those are stickers, man. Unless they went ahead and panel lined the fuck out of those fucking yellow pieces, but those look like stickers. So yeah, I guess we'll move on to it. Does, it looks fantastic. So Blokees shows off some new product and a new line. All right, Blokees.
So they had this new line called Action Edition, is what I meant by that. And this Megatron is the first one they're showing.
Okay. Looks very cool. Yeah, can't read any of that on the solicitation. But it looks like a fucking inner frame. Are you serious right now?
What do you mean an inner frame?
Gundams, master grade Gundams. They also have another line called real grade, which are basically shrunken down master grades as far as I'm concerned. And so they have an inner frame. So instead of it just being like two parts that, snap together, you actually build a good example, what is the skeleton on the Gundam itself, and then you slap the armor pieces on there. It's how you better set up like for the parts for articulation and shit like that. So image number 2 looks like he has inner frame pieces that connect to him, judging by the pegs and stuff like that, unless it is not. an inner frame. It's like a gimmick. You know, you're not building, because like the way Gundam a master grade Gundam model kit works is when you start the inner frame, you're starting literally with 2 pieces of plastic and you start building out from there. So I don't know, but that's really cool. He's got a hole in his chest, I'm assuming for his chest piece there, but like I'm looking at how big is this guy supposed to be?
It says 21 centimeters on
That's
that
like
card.
7 inches.
8 1/4.
Okay, I was off, way off.
So it's decent size, roughly a Voyager scale.
That Starscream looks fucking really good, and him on that throne is fucking tight too. The Leader 1, so it looks like some of these are Transformers 1 based characters. But they have the smaller Blokees because they did that. They fucking killed Wheeljack on that one, man. It looks fucking great.
Yeah, and if they're...
I think I got to find a jazz on these things. They look so good.
Yeah, if they're going for Transformers 1, maybe that hole in his chest on pick 2 is supposed to be like a
transforming cog.
Yeah, like I know it's
Nah,
G1
he's-
looking Megatron, but maybe
He's
they
really
decided to-
G1 in this design here.
Yeah,
So I mean, it may be just for the chest to plug into.
it could be. Yeah,
This Sentinel Prime looks weird as fuck, though.
I think that's supposed to be him all geared up at the end, his battle mask up and everything.
Mm-hmm. Got those wings on them like freaking Wing Zero Gundam. But yeah, these look good, man. These look really good. I'm kind of looking forward to it. Is that the price? 199 yen?
That's what it looks like, but yeah. What is that? How much is that?
I'm going to convert it now.
Okay.
199.
Like $20.
No? What the fuck? No, that's totally not right. The 199 Japanese yen equals $1.33 American.
Oh, this is in Shanghai.
Oh,
So that's Chinese yen, probably.
okay. So 199.
I just realized that's what this says at the top here. World Festival Shanghai.
$28.05. Kind of a price of a high grade.
So $30-ish.
$30 is just not bad. They may just up it to 60 to get it over here. But if you get it off Show Z store, you're lucky.
So like this little guy, like these little guys like the Wheeljack, having built that Hound, I can kind of see that these are all like you can probably take this Wheeljack apart and mix the parts with that Hound that I have.
Yeah.
So they've got this, like the fists look identical. So they've definitely got this system of interchangeable parts, which for Transformers 1 works perfect because that's another thing is they're all just kind of generic bots. They have a little bit of flavor, but you don't see all the little extra pieces. Like this Wheeljack looks more like Wheeljack than he does if he was like the cogless Wheeljack from Transformers 1 in the background, you know?
Yeah.
So this whole take that they have, they're doing a very good job of making parts interchangeable. And I see people going crazy with these on Facebook and Transformers sites where they're mixing and matching parts and painting them and creating other characters, adding parts on to make them different characters. It's good stuff.
I just sent you guys in the chat a photo of what the superhero mashers look like.
Yeah, I remember these.
They had pretty decent articulation. I got a Deadpool version of these guys. It's not bad articulation. You know, it's just you didn't have a lot of like accessories to swap around, like open hands to closed hands. You know, unless because like you couldn't. It was the hand was connected to the forearm. So yeah, that's what you reminded me of when you talk about the Blokees like that with the Hound.
Yeah.
Where'd you pick the Hound up at? Show Z store or?
I just grabbed him on eBay because otherwise it's a blind pack. So I was like, well, I don't want I don't want to buy a box of blind packs or buy a couple, handful and hope to get Hound. He's not rare, but I was like, yeah, it's like $15. I think I paid for him plus
Shipping.
tax.
Oh, tax. Yeah, I forgot they hit you with tax. All right, so moving on. YoloPark reveals, I guess, from Wonder Festival Shanghai. So that Tarn is looking fucking sick. And then what's up with the G? I guess this is part of their YoloPark G1 line with
the minis.
Yeah,
with the Ratchet and Ironhide. Yeah.
Yeah, I got their Soundwave mini. That was a tight thing to put together. But they look very like, I almost sat there and said like, oh, is this Super 7 here? Because it looks like they don't have shit for articulation.
Yeah.
And they're crossed up. Look at Ironhide with the crosses on his arms.
I didn't notice that before, but you're right.
I believe in God now, Prime.
I think they just got the heads flopped because
Yeah.
Ratchet has the Ironhide diaper on too.
Yeah. I just shit myself, Optimus. I can't help myself. Ah, that damn it, Ratchet, you smell like a bag of assholes.
Did you just shit my pants, Ratchet?
You just shit my pants, Ratchet, you son of a bitch. I
Let's
always knew
change
you were
those
racist.
back.
So they do have this one I'm looking forward to getting their mini is the IDW Goldbug or Bumblebee. I don't know if you remember, Justin, like the old days of SCU when he came out, he had those floppy ass fucking legs.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that? The video?
Mm-hmm.
That what's his face shared? Yeah. But yeah, they have like movie figures, the whole night. It's pretty cool. They really don't give a shit about the movie Optimus and Megatron.
I'll just say we are 4 things into official news, and not one thing is transformed.
Yeah, yeah, you really fucked
It's-
us again.
It's tough, man. I look through the news and I skip some things like this is just
Shut
more
up, you fucking liar.
Hasbro just whoring out the license to whomever will take it. But
That's for those listening. That is a pre-order subtle way of asking Justin and I to Venmo him more cash so he can make his credit card payment of $72,000 this month. Jesus, man, like
that's the minimum.
75% interest rate. You're getting fucked. No, but yeah, I like how they got the Studio Series Optimus Prime movie Prime there as like a size comparison. Comparison. Yeah, it's just a little bigger than a Voyager, so don't try to mix them up, kiddies.
Yeah.
That Mirage looks like shit. Studio Series Mirage figure I got looks better than that fucking hunk of shit. And then there's your AMK Pro Series. There we are. There's you got a G1 Bumblebee. Hey guys, it's me, Bumblebee. I'm just as big as Optimus Prime.
All right.
And then you have more movie figures. Ew, a Drift. Gross. That's not selling. Bumblebee from the Bumblebee movie, part of the AMK Pro series. And then we're back to Tarn, which fucking savage, man. I really want that one.
Card looks good.
It was really good. I mean, I like the Legacy Tarn they made. And I really like that oversized knockoff that's like MP scale. Well, this would totally fucking win it, man. They would fucking nail it on this one. You can swap out his masks.
All right.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Very nice.
Well, what do we got next?
What's up
Up
next?
next is, hold on, I'm getting there. Hot Wheels Ultra Magnus. Oh, come on, dude. Stop with
Told
the
you.
Mattel shit. It's fucking toy cars, man. Like, these are like the worst collectors out there.
I love these this Hot Wheel Optimus. Both of them.
Man, I really would
fucking
love to
dumb.
have that actual Hot Wheels Optimus, but like, it's so stupidly overpriced for what it was.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
$80.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Like if it was
Oh my
like
god, that thing costs 80 fucking bucks.
The one that
and
transforms.
it sold out like immediately. The original one.
Oh, it transforms. Okay.
yeah. It
That-
was
that
all it
little
was G1 Prime in the Hot Wheels scale.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I saw a video of some guy on Facebook who took the Hot Wheels Prime and put him on a track, a racetrack.
Mhm.
And you
Nice.
could just tell he was a Hot Wheels collector because when they had different camera views showcasing the vehicles going down the track, you see like 5-6 boxes of Mattels with the Hot Wheels logo on it. Like, oh, he's one of those, a fucking pallet pirate, as I like to call him.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, there's my stuff. I need the whole box. Blah, 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 blah.
It also gets me that like they're gonna release 2 primes, but the one of them does not have a trailer, and the trailer for the other one doesn't work for him. I'm like,
Yeah,
come on.
that's some shit. They're the same scale, and you couldn't make the trailer from the $10 one fit the $80 transforming one that comes with no trailer. I think that's terrible.
I agree.
But whatever.
You know what isn't terrible? This next topic. That's right. I'm in, boys. Finally, some transforming figures. Transformers and Naruto collaboration revealed.
Oh my god, it's the set of toys I didn't know I didn't want.
A set of toys I didn't know I needed.
Uh-huh.
My handsome young friend. So, we all know the last few years, Transformers has been crossing over. They did one with Top Gun. They've done a few with G.I. Joe already, right?
Mm-hmm.
They've done one with Knight Rider, Back to the Future, Ghostbusters.
Uh-huh.
And now they're venturing into the world of anime, where we are getting, I'm assuming I'm sure they're remolds of some kind, of the anime Naruto, Shippuden, it looks like. So you have the nine-tailed fox, and looks like the toad that helps out the Toad stage. I don't know their names. I'm not that deep into the anime. Once every episode depressed me, I stopped fucking watching it, so I can give a shit what their names are. Jinri Rikyu, whatever they're fucking called. Yeah, nine-tailed fox. The sad part is, already looking at these photos, like the nine tails are just hollow plastic, held on by ball joints.
Mm-hmm.
Look how hollow that is. You see that in the fucking packaging.
It looks like of the 9 tails, each of 3 of them are just molded together as one piece.
Yep.
So really, he's 3 tails that are molded to kind of slightly look like 9 tails.
And that slightly made me not want to fucking buy this. That's just a good pass.
Yeah.
Oh, sad.
The actual Naruto, it should be like the 4-legged Naruto, because we couldn't figure out anything else to do with the legs to the fox. So they're just going to fold up right on the front of his shins there, and become some really good shin protectors. He'll be fine.
Meanwhile, the engineers are playing every opening theme from the show Naruto Shippuden.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh my god, I can't believe I've got this opportunity. This is so dope. Oh,
the frog looks like he's like
Sasuke.
almost looks like a heavy retool of like a rat trap to me. I don't know, maybe just the size and overall proportions.
It does look like a retool of original Beast Wars Rap Trap. Yeah, I feel like it would spring into fucking his configuration.
Yeah. So
Didn't they do
But
Tasmanian
it does
Kid
say it takes
recently?
12 steps to get him there in the back of the box.
mm-hmm.
I thought they did a Kingdom Tasmania Kid.
They might have.
It might be based on that.
Who can know anymore?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like the fucking feet aren't the head ripped in half, which, by the way, fucking gore factor on that. Like that, you telling me when they transform it doesn't hurt? Like, you're fucking walking on your face, dude.
Also,
Can you imagine? Like, you go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say also this 9-tails fox. What's up with his eyes, man? It's
Dude, it looks like it's fighting to take the most vicious shit ever.
Yeah.
It's like it's waiting to go into the restroom at a Walmart, but all the stalls are taken up, and you could tell one guy's masturbating by the way he's like going, God,
I will
I
say,
want this porno load. Cream pie.
frog with knife looks kind of funny. I like that.
Yeah, well, that's how he looks in the cartoon. I
Yeah.
don't, like, from what I remember, I haven't watched that in years. Again, it just got more depressing with every episode, and I think they hold the record for having the most they held the record for the most filler episodes besides One Piece now. I hope they do something with One Piece. I'd like to see their take on it. Like, they also did a crossover with Godzilla. Remember that? That time that Megatron was Grimlock?
And Godzilla Prime was a tanker.
Yeah, it's fucking stupid. God damn, that's dumb. But yeah, like this, the Nine-Tails Fox is like, oh, I really got a shit, man. Oh, that gumbo went sideways.
Yeah.
I mean, in beast mode, it looks great. Kurama, that's his name. Gamakichi is the name of the frog, but Kurama's beast mode is fucking great. It looks good, but I don't like the fucking look on his face, man. Like, it's like he's staring down the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
That's a shame. I really like this set. I'm out.
Naruto looks sad. He's crying.
Say what?
Naruto himself looks sad. The face.
Oh, they're all like, that's not him. That's his dad.
Mm.
Finato, whatever.
Whatever.
Up next, Missing Link. Oh boy, we're doing this. G1 Sunstreaker additional images. So, okay, refresh my memory. Missing Link is the G1 design toy, but with better articulation.
Yes.
That people are paying extra money on when they could just learn how to do it from a few posts on TFW.
Maybe?
I'm here for it. I like it. I love the Missing Link series. I think they're awesome.
I like
Do you
it too.
really?
I
Oh,
do.
man, they're so
Especially
fun.
if they do that G1 RC. Oh, man.
Yeah. So
That's
I
cool.
didn't think I was going to. You were off for a while, Oscar. But yeah, like I picked up Prime because I was like, whatever. I'll get the Prime. Like my old G1 Prime is pretty beat up, so if nothing else, it's just like a newer Prime. You know, and like it'll just be a nice looking Prime to put on a shelf in truck mode at the worst case scenario. And I got it and I transformed, like, holy shit, like it's so simple. It transforms exactly like the old one used to, but all that little extra articulation and stuff, like this is so much fun. It's fun to flip back and forth. It only takes, 10 seconds to flip from one mode to the next because you've done it for 40 years now, and it works and it looks good, and like, oh, Prime can turn his head and he can do this pose. He can look like the back of the box, that art that he had. I'm like, I am here for it. So yeah, I've got Bumblebee and Cliff Jumper on order. Like, as soon as the pre-order goes up for this, I'll grab this too. Like, I am totally in on this line. It's so much fun. I highly recommend it.
Oh, congrats. I mean, it's not for me. I saw that post in TF. This is like fucking pre-shatter. This is Good Morning Cybertron days, Justin.
Yeah.
A guy took a G1 Prime, added ball joints to the thighs.
Yep. And that's
shit
how
out of it.
I was approaching that Prime. I was like, that's what I don't think I'm gonna like it. It's just gonna be that. But like, no, they did a good job. It's a good job. So, if you ever get a chance, mess around with one. If you see one somewhere at a con or something, it's good. They did a good job.
Yeah, I agree. I wasn't going to get the Missing Link, and he went on sale on Hasbro Pulse. And I was like, all right, I'll get it. I got the one with the
How
trailer.
much did you pay?
I'd have to go back and look, but I think it was like a 15% off sale. So he's like 120. I could go back.
You have to
and
remember,
look,
Rich doesn't care. He'll just open up another credit card.
Oh, that's right.
Under a false name. So
I said, don't even give me the discount. Just give me full price.
He's like, you guys take Diners Club, right?
Yeah.
No.
Yes,
Hold
but-
on. Let me go to discover.com.
Yes, my
Can I
name
use
is
my
Ethel
old
Berkshire.
Sears card?
Yes.
You
But,
guys take a Radio Shack credit card? This one just got paid off.
Radio Shack. Like when you open it, you get the feels.
Mhm.
Everything's there. Everything feels like you're opening a G1 toy.
Yeah.
And then you start transforming it and moving him, and his hands are all there. They don't plug in.
Mhm.
They
Yeah, I
fold
remember
up.
that.
It feels like the Optimus Prime you played with as a kid in your head. Like you're playing in your imagination, he's moving in these ways that the G1 toy can't. This one can.
Yeah.
That's the best way I can describe it. Once you get one in hand, you're like, this is it. I didn't think like, okay, they're going to reissue G1 and find a way to make people want to buy it. Here's a couple extra joints. It's hard to explain until you have one in hand how good it feels and how.
My main problem was I really got in heavy with buying other characters after the 86 film, right?
Mhm.
Because they're the characters died, so you want to be able to buy a Prowl
Mhm.
and an Ironhide and make them lay down or bend their knee, and that didn't happen back then, man. So
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
that's why
we'll
I think
see.
when Classics came out, it just fucking swept me away.
Yeah, absolutely. I can see that. So, but yeah, I'm super happy for this, and I'm totally in on Sunstreaker. I think it looks awesome too. Like, I like the extra articulation. Like, again, it's the G1 aesthetic too. Like this G1 aesthetic toy that is like moving around in ways that it didn't like feel so good and looks good too. So I can't wait. I'm super excited.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, well, here's something you won't get excited about. Way to go, pre-order. Super 7 brings up some super phoned-in shitoramas.
Yeah, this is crazy.
These are so terrible.
Like,
Everyone knows Super 7 has their reaction line, which was based on, was it the Star Wars, like Kenner type of articulation?
5-point.
yeah.
Yeah. Two
Yeah, that's
arms,
what
legs, and
reaction
head.
started with. It was supposed to be like more modern things in that like old 5 points of articulation toy line, you know? So like
Yeah,
you
yeah.
get like reaction alien figures and stuff like that. Which
And if
fit
you
right in
look
with
at
other things.
that reaction logo, almost has that Kenner font too.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So yeah,
I think some of the stuff Super 7 has done is nice, and some of it is just come on.
Yeah, this is a come on one for sure.
This is hilarious to me. I love the picture of like Optimus and Megatron holding the opposite figure,
Yeah.
like they're playing with it.
Yeah.
Megatron sitting there going, you need a Newport cigarette.
Uh-huh.
There's no smoking in my house, Megatron. Shut up, Prime. I'll tell your mom she's a whore. No, not my mom. It's your mother.
What I also
No.
think is interesting is getting to the actual background diorama thing is like the arbitrary like cutout of the mountains and stuff. Like
Yeah.
it extends up. It's like it didn't need to cut that way, and then it's like they're like, well, clearly it must be because this is reversible and it's got something on the back. It has to be cut this way to make
It's
sense.
the
Like,
box art from all the G1 toys.
well, and then you look at it, it's like, no, they didn't have to cut that either like that. Like, there's no reason to, like, arbitrarily cut out the mountains. Like,
Absolutely no reason.
it doesn't make it look more realistic or anything. They're just like, this is like, let's do some cutting of this
how much-
paper.
you guys want to bet the part of the diorama that the figures stand on have the same consistency as a fucking Beyblade arena. Just flimsy fucking plastic.
It's that blow molded plastic. Yeah. You're
Yeah,
probably not wrong.
That when you pick it up, it wobbles and it sounds like thunder when you're in another room. Like, oh, is it raining? And you're like, no, it's just my Beyblade
Yeah, just
Beyblade
listen.
arena. Let it rip. Like
Yeah.
you go to put the reaction figure on there, it fucking cracks it. It's fucking dumb. Like I get though. I get why some people buy it. This is, what I've noticed about collecting over the years is, it's not just rewatching a cartoon. It's being able to pick up that more modernized version of the character that you're watching on your television when you were a kid. Now you're an adult and you're physically holding your nostalgia in your hand. It's no longer a feeling, right? That in your mind about like, oh, I remember when I was a kid and I was watching the movie, but it's like, now I'm 44 and I'm still fucking off with this freaking Transart Optimus Prime, but fuck, he looks good, and I understand the appeal of people liking this. Let's see, I love it. Super Ver 2 from TFW. We're gonna do our little segment called Read the Comments. He wrote, I like it, but not 75 like it. $75 for a remolded Beyblade arena with a cardboard cutout that if your house does not have solid temperature control, it's gonna sag after a few months. One guy wrote, lol, overpriced is an understatement. I would probably buy he spelled their, he's wrong there. They're little figures, but not even. They are over. Wow, fuck, man, learn to type. They're overpriced. I mean, I buy pops sometimes. Oh, you can't talk then there, Joel's DIY try. Buy pops, it's like giving a stripper $50 thinking she really likes you. Fucking idiot. That's about the same and also not really worth getting. Oh, DJ Convoy II writes, an aggressively mediocre and overpriced novelty. I'm loath to call it a playset.
I like the front of the box says, some assembly required.
Mm-hmm.
The assembly is putting the cardboard piece in or turning it around and putting it back in.
Yes. You think that until they're like, here's your piece of plastic, get blowing.
Get blowing.
I'm trying to find something good about this.
Do you get at least the Megatron and Optimus with it?
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here's
And
a
you also get a
comment.
couple of Beyblades.
Well, what's also weird about this too is like, you've got all this like, I assume because I can't see it because it's a 2-day picture, but I assume that all these little like ripples in the sand are like little ripples in this little base. It's like, how do you stand these figures on this thing without them just like falling over? Like it's not a flat display. Like someone in the comments shows like they have a bunch of these things and they're on like little like spice risers that you would put in your cabinet so you could see all your spices. Those aren't gonna work for those, you know. Like if it's actually like rippled and semi 3D textured, like yeah, they're just gonna fall over.
You know what it probably is?
Hmm.
It probably has cutouts or shapes there for their feet, and that is the only place you can put them on it.
Only 2 of them.
Yeah, because if you look at any of the pictures of the actual product,
Mm-hmm.
they're standing in the exact same spot, except on the picture where Optimus and Megatron are holding them, but they're actually holding them.
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder if that means, yeah.
So I've been trying
right there.
That's weird. Yeah.
Yeah, so while you guys been talking, I've been scrolling the page. I'm not finding a lot of positive things. I'm not going to go that deep into the comments anymore. Here are some things. Venomous Rodimus writes, "What the fuck is this shite?" Yucatan Jack writes, "When this was announced, I thought, oh, word, I can actually imagine that being worth buying. I mean, it just needs to be an immovable piece of plastic. Even Super 7 can manage that. LOL." Zap Rose Dower writes, "Yeah, I'm going to agree with everyone here. $75? Again, it's just a rip-off price."
Yeah.
Oh, here's one by AR78. Oh, boy, someone sounds like they shoot up a school. This Super 7 crap is why Hasbro thinks $25 for a deluxe Transformer is cheap. Sure, you get 2 Super 7 figures that are already hideously overpriced, but 2 pieces of cardboard and a vacuum molded plastic border for $75. The entire set could be $25 and still make money. When Super 7 collectors stuff started out, you could claim they were expensive because of low volume, but now that the line is virtually in every major retailer, that excuse is gone. I don't know what major retailer, besides not counting online. I'm talking brick and mortar. I only see them at fucking Target by me. I've never seen Super
Target.
7 stuff at any Walmart and Aldi, whatever.
Actually, I did see them at Walmart. Walmart has them over by the games and movies now.
Oh, they do?
At least my Walmart does. Yeah, it's a very small section.
I do have Super 7 stuff there too, but it's more like the Ultimates, right? The G.I. Joe, can only bend his arm a certain degree. The Snake Eyes with a busted elbow because they can't afford to put a fucking double elbow joint in there. Oh, Lincoln Park Irony, what a name. Wrote, $75 for the sheet of cardboard and a plastic tray is fucking highway robbery. These things will rot on Walmart shelves until the end of time. I guess this is coming to Walmart.
Nah, it won't rot till the end of time. It'll stay there for like a couple months, and then it'll end up getting tossed over to their clearance section. So.
Yeah, well, Chaos Muffin, whose default picture is that of the old wheelie face from the G1 toy. Remember that fucking monstrosity? Sat there and wrote, "Tired of Super 7's ego. Their stuff is everywhere, shelf warming around here because the prices are silly."
Here's one, and I sent a link in the group chat. Smitty1981 says, "If Mattel can make Castle Grayskull for $80, Super 7 could have done better." So I sent this Castle Grayskull from Big Bad, the one I assume he's talking about. It's actually $85, but look at that. As far as what you're getting for value, it's scaled to work with the 5.5-inch scale figures, and it opens like the old Castle Grayskull. It's got a crap ton of accessories. $85, and this thing is $75, and it's a piece of cardboard and a piece of cheap plastic with 2 figures that are already out. They've already sold them 1 million times and made a bunch of money on them.
Yeah.
This Castle Grayskull is 18 inches tall. Oh, and it comes with the figure also.
Yeah, it comes with the sorceress, right? That's her name.
Yeah. $85 versus
It's got
75.
more detail just on the roof of the two parts of Castle Grayskull that has the roof exposed. For one being hay, one being made of tiles, it's still more detailed than that fucking Super 7 play set.
Is this a straight?
I guess Super 7.
Is this a straight redo of the original Castle Grayskull?
I don't know. I don't think so.
It kind of looks like it. I don't know. I mean, it's got all the same elements.
It might be. It might be. It might be based on the old one.
Yeah.
Because it says classic toy inspired design.
Yeah. I mean, it's at least got everything that the old one had, like the elevator with the like bat or whatever it was.
Right.
Pulled up and down.
And look at that. It's got stickers on it. If you look at the front of Castle Grayskull, it's got some nice shading and painting on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like the eyes are painted up. It's got some green, like dry brush almost, or overspray, or whatever you call it, airbrushing on it. Looks nice.
Yeah.
Compared to this piece of shit from Super 7.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty wild. The difference for basically the same price. So.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite one is V Kitty Cat 2023. How is this company even still in business?
Yeah.
Electro Rush writes, well, that sure is a Super 7 quality product. John the Destroyer wrote, this is worth like $35 max. As says, considering it comes, and this guy, Scorponok is here, right? Considering it comes with two $20 figures, it is in fact $35 max. Oh, K-327 wrote, lol, they reused the Phantom Star Killer base again. Classic. I don't know what that is.
I don't either.
Time to Google.
Yeah, Star Killer, that's from the sequel trilogy, isn't it?
That was the original name for Luke's name, last name.
Yeah, but didn't they call that base, maybe not, the Star Killer base?
This is, yeah, I think it is part of like a Star Wars all thing. It's like Phantom Star Killer. It looks like the old Kenner G.I. Joe, old Kenner, where's their Star base at?
I don't know.
I'm looking at them. They got a bunch of figures on here popping up, but
yeah,
it's like if Skeletor was given that shitty Jedi robe that like Obi-Wan Kenobi had while holding a lightsaber permanently out. That's what it looks like. Oh, here we go. Base set Super 7. Let's see. Anything populates? No, I see something that looks like the Death Star, but it's like it looks like the fucking planet from the reboot or the last 3 sequel trilogies.
Oh my god, here it is. Yeah.
Found it?
Yeah. Hold on.
You gonna fucking send it?
Yeah. There it is.
There it is. Yep, that is the same goddamn thing. Holy crap.
It's literally the exact same base.
Yep. They are remolding and recolor. Wow. Fuck off, man.
Yeah. Here's a new piece of cardboard, and we'll just paint this one a little different.
There's this recycled Beyblade battle set here. I'm just gonna put a few bumps in it. I swear, it's like they have a factory full of these that never sold, and then they got a bunch of kids that gave them hair dryers, and they're like, "You fold like this," and you're like, "Okay."
Right? Oh man, good stuff.
Oh,
yeah.
so
it's
what?
like, oh my god, it's exactly the same. Like placement of everything is the same. Like you got the little
Oh crap.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Everything is exactly the same. Wow.
I meant to send. Oh, really? That's not gonna.
This is
show
fucking stupid, man. Holy shit.
Spray paint it tan and give it a
There's a better picture, but yeah, identical.
arc.
As they lean
background.
forward and tell the kids, you guys, if we're gonna repaint these, or you'll never see your families again.
Oh, and look, there solves the question. There's the places they could stand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh, so they come with peg holes. Gotcha. That's dumb.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That is
Yeah, it's
fucking
literally
retarded.
2 colors. It's here's your molded plastic in blue, and then they put some darker blue airbrush.
This
Exact
looks
same
like
thing.
they look like they handed out like these plain white, like shitty landscape pieces, and they gave it to a bunch of fucking art school students, and they're learning to airbrush, and they're like, go crazy. Winner, and whoever gets chosen for winner gets a free Subway sandwich on us here at Super 7.
Not a foot long though. Not a foot
Yeah,
long.
6-inch, man, because Daddy's got a habit, all right? Papa's got to get
it's
fucking wrecked.
really interesting that they just that they did it this way. You know, like it is legit just this thing. It's exactly the same pieces. The only thing that's different is there's this like silver bit on this one that doesn't seem to be on the Transformers one. Who knows? Maybe it's there. We just can't see it because it's behind where Optimus would be standing.
But this, don't forget,
Here's
this-
something that gets me. I somehow ended up on Entertainment Earth on the Transformers page.
Yeah.
This is also this posting that we're looking at on TFW says that it's official renders from Super 7.
Well, I
So
can
that
tell
little
it's a
silver
render.
piece and everything else may well be there.
Yeah. Well, also keep in mind that when you look at this thing that you sent, like, see how the background clips in, and there's like these not silver, but the little cardboard pieces extending perpendicular to the background to hold it in place. That is not in any of the Transformers images. It's like you can see exactly where it would be, and they're not there. So it's rendered without the thing that makes this thing look even shittier than it is.
Yeah. Or they're right behind Optimus and Megatron.
Yeah, because like this legit,
quote
like
unquote render.
you could have built the card holder into the base, but instead what they did is cut out the base and you put the card inside another piece of card cutout and slide it there.
That's
so
the assembly required.
That's so
Jesus.
stupid.
The 30 seconds it takes for you to fucking slap that piece of cardboard in the back. Like, oh no, I lost the pieces that keeps this propped up. So you pull out the sticky tack. There we go. Yeah, Daddy likes that. Yeah, Daddy likes that a lot. Yeah, that was a embarrassment of a last reveal for when it comes to news.
That's
Try to put something amusing at the end.
You
Hey,
sure
I-
did. Nailed it. We made fun of it.
I ended up finding as I was trying to find the Star Killer thing, I ended up finding a pretty badass looking 3D printed Thundercats layer. I'm like, oh, that looks cool, and it has like little pop up claws like with guns under and stuff. Yeah. Then I found a badass Chitara statue that you could 3D print. Chitara is my favorite Thundercat.
Does it come without the costume like she did in the first episode when she was nude?
Apparently, yes, that is also an option for the statue. Chitara's best Thundercat. So
Yeah. All right, so let's go ahead and call it in today on the show. Any questions, email us at hailunicroncast@gmail.com. Shout out to our good friend Dust Mites and our friends over at Realm of Collectors. Be sure to check out none of us on YouTube because we don't upload. But hey, check me out on TikTok under Oscar NJ Transformers. Like NJ like New Jersey because that's where I'm from. So I want to thank you guys for checking us out. Oh, gross, dude. What the fuck? Fucking furry.
Chitara is the only one that mattered. So
No one gave a shit about Chitara, even Chitara.
I like Chitara.
I hated the bitch.
That's because Rich is a man of class.
Now even I found that funny because we all know I'm not.
Well, big shout out to our good friend Robert D, who was out because he finally caved in and paid his wife to fart bare ass in his face, and now he has conjunctivitis. So on behalf of me and everyone else here at All Hail Unicron, stay tuned. We have a future episode coming in where I'm going to be interviewing a guy who's a pretty big deal. And our good friends Justin, Pre-Order, Broke as Hell Richard, and Robert. I'll pay you $25 to fart bare ass on my pillow so I can sleep in it. D. Agani. We want to tell you to have a nice day somewhere else. Be good to yourselves and each other. And thanks for listening once again.
Mhm.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Good night.